everybody. I thought I might read you a little story here. This is from the Yogavasishta, and it's where Vasishta asks Lord Brahma how the universe came to be created. So it begins. Once I asked the creator Brahma to tell me how this universe was first created, and he gave me the following reply. My child, it is only mind that appears as all this. I shall tell you what happened to me at the beginning of this epoch. At the end of the previous epoch, there was the cosmic night, and as soon as I woke at the end of that night, I offered my morning prayers and looked around, wishing to create the universe. I beheld the infinite void, which was neither illumined nor dark. In my mind, there was the intention to create. In my heart, I began to see subtle visions. There in my mind and with my mind, I saw several seemingly independent universes. In them all, I also saw my own counterparts, creators. In those universes, I saw all kinds of beings, as also mountains and rivers, oceans and wind, sun and heavenly beings, and the netherworld and the demons. In all these universes, I also saw scriptures and moral codes which determine good and evil and heaven and hell, as also the scriptures that lay down the path to pleasure and the path to liberation. And I saw people pursuing all these different goals. I saw 7 worlds, 7 continents, and also oceans and mountains, all of them inexorably heading for destruction. I saw time and its divisions right down to days and nights. I saw the holy river Ganga as it knit together the 3 worlds, the celestial region, the atmosphere, and the earth. Like a castle in the air, this creation shone extensively with its sky, earth, and oceans. Looking at all this, I was wonderstruck and puzzled. How is it that I am seeing all these with my mind in the great void, even though I have not seen them with physical eyes? I contemplated this problem for a considerable time, and eventually I thought of one of the suns in one of the solar systems and requested him to come to me. I asked him the question that was engaging my attention. The sun replied, O Great One, being the omnipotent creator of all, this you are indeed the Lord. It is the mind alone that appears as all this ceaseless and endless creative activity, which, on account of nations, deludes one into thinking that it is real or that it is unreal. Surely you know the truth, Lord. Yet since you commanded me to answer your query, I say this. And the sun continued, O Lord of Lords, near the holy mountain of Kailash, in a place known as Suvarnajata, your sons had established a colony. In that place there was a holy man known as Indu, a descendant of the sage Kashyapa. He and his wife enjoyed every blessing except an offspring. In order to obtain this blessing, they went to Kailash and engaged themselves in severe penance, living only on a very small quantity of water. They had resorted to the state of trees and stood unmoving. Lord Shiva was pleased with their penance, and appearing before them, asked them to choose a boon from them. They prayed that they might beget 10 worthy sons who would be devoted to God and righteousness. Lord Shiva granted the boon. Very soon after this, the holy man's wife gave birth to 10 brilliant and radiant sons. These boys grew up into young men. They had mastered all the scriptures, even when they were barely 7 years of age. After a considerable time, their parents abandoned their bodies and became liberated. The 10 young men were sorely distressed at the loss of their parents. One day they got together and asked themselves, O brothers, what is the most desirable goal here, which is proper for us to aspire to and which will not lead to unhappiness? To be a king, to be an emperor, even to be Indra, the god of heaven, all these are trivial, since even Indra rules heaven just for an hour and a half of the Creator's lifespan. Therefore, the attainment of creatorship is the best for us, because of all lordships alone, it alone will not come to an end for the whole epoch. All the others heartily agreed with this statement. They said to themselves, Well then, we should soon reach Brahmahood, which is devoid of old age and death. The eldest brother said, Please do as I tell you to do. From now on, contemplate as follows. I am Brahma, seated on a full-blown lotus. All the brothers thereupon began to meditate in the following manner. I am Brahma, the creator of the universe. The sages, as also Saraswati, the goddess of wisdom, are within me in their personal forms. Heaven is within me with all the celestials. Mountains, continents, and oceans are within me. Demigods and demons are within me. The sun shines within me. Now the creation takes place. Now the creation exists. Now is the time for dissolution. An epoch is over. The night of Brahma is at hand. I have self-knowledge, and I am liberated. Meditating thus with all their being, they became that. And the sun continued, Lord, after that, still deeply contemplating on their intention to be the creators of the universe, the 10 holy men stood in contemplation. Their bodies had withered away, and whatever was left was consumed by wild beasts. But they continued to stand there in their disembodied state for a long, long time, till an epoch came to a close, and there was the great scorching heat of the sun and the terrible cloudbursts which destroyed everything. The holy men still continued to stand in their disembodied state, with the sole intention of becoming the creators of the universe. At the dawn of a new creation, these men continued to stand in the same place and in the same manner and with the same intention. They became the creators. They were the 10 creators whom you saw, and you saw their universes too. Lord, I am one of the suns that shine in the universes thus created by them. The Creator asked the sun, O sun, when thus the universes have been created by these 10 creators, what need I do? What is there for me to do? And the sun replied, Lord, you have no wishes, nor any motives of your own. Naturally, there is no need for you to do anything. What benefit do you derive from creating the universe? Creation of the universe is surely a motiveless pastime to you. Lord, creation emerges from you who are free from the least desire or motive, just as the sun, without intending to shine, is reflected in a pool of water without intending to so reflect it. Just as without intending to do so, the sun causes night and day to follow each other, even so, engage yourself in the non-volitional act of creation. For what will you gain by abandoning your natural function? Wise men do not desire to do anything, and wise men do not desire to abandon action either. Lord, you are viewing with your own mental eye this universe thus created by those holy men. One beholds with physical eyes only such objects as have been created by him in his own mind, nothing else. These objects which have been created by the mind are indestructible. Only those objects which have been put together with material substances disintegrate. A person is made of whatever is firmly established as the truth of his being in his own mind, that he is, nothing else. I hope you're keeping safe, keeping well, and we will see you again in Olima when this is over.